One thing that kept popping up is you've had these amazing meet and greets, whether it be a red carpet, whether it be at an event, whether it be at whatever. What's the most, or who?
You mean meeting someone?
Yeah.
That I'm
who's the
talking
most memorable interview or surprise run in, or give me a good name drop and a good story.
I'm like a 70s kid, right? I was born in 1970. So I loved growing up watching the Happy Days.
Okay.
Maybe long before your time, maybe, guys. I don't know. Happy Days was like Ron Howard as Richie, Henry Winkler as the Fonz, you know, the Fonz.
Of course, yeah.
So I watched that show religiously. And then other sitcoms like it in the 80s, like Cheers and Cosby Show and all these other shows. But Welcome Back, Kotter was another one with John Travolta. So that's a classic, that one. So when I'm watching these shows as a kid, and now I'm in this position as an on-air TV personality to like interview these people, it's like, no way. So the first time I got to interview Henry Winkler, man, forget about it. I was like blown away. I grew up watching the Fonz and idolizing the Fonz. Even when he jumped the shark. He did. He did it for me. He did. He got it, man. But he's totally opposite personality and character that Henry Winkler is compared to the character he played, Arthur Fonzarelli. And I wasn't expecting that at first. But so anyway, meeting him was bucket list. And then other actors similar to him, like Tom Hanks, you know, watching Bosom Buddies and watching all the early movies that Tom Hanks did and finding out that, like Henry Winkler, this guy is so down to earth, so humble, not conceited, you know, doesn't need to be put on a pedestal. Like, how cool is that? That these guys are normal, cool guys.
Just bro out.
Yeah. And then I can throw a few others in there, but the other one that really struck me, like, this guy's living the life. He's on top of the world. Everyone wants a piece of him. Another actor was George Clooney. I felt he was so genuine with, and you only spend a few minutes with him when you're doing movie junkets. You know, you go into a hotel room, they're there waiting for you, but he got up from his seat. He approached me. He out comes his hand. He shakes my hand. He introduces himself. It's like he didn't need to introduce himself, but it was such a great conversation. But you grew up watching these people, and then you get to meet them, and they just blow your mind with how much more they blew my expectations. You know, you didn't think they were going to be this nice or this real. Or sincere, and they all three of those people were.
When do you get to the point in your career where when you're meeting those people that you're no longer like, I don't want to say fanboyish, but we're like, you're just seeing them as normal people when you're talking to them instead of like somebody else that like doesn't do what you do, and they're like talking to them and like, you know, excited about it.
To tell you the truth, and this is gonna be in the book, I'm always a fanboy, man. I'm a TV kid. I'm a film kid. I fanboy out all the time. I still can't believe it, and I've been doing it for this long. Like when I met John Travolta for the first time at MuchMusic, like people could see how nervous I was, and I was already established at MuchMusic. I was one of the veteran VJs, but John Travolta was coming in, and I got to interview him. This is like Vinny Barbarino from Welcome Back, Kotter, man. He's a sweat hog that I grew up watching. I was sweating. I was nervous. People could tell, whatever, but I was a genuine fan, and I always will be. Sure, you got to be professional. You got to ask the questions that are on people's minds, and that did come across as well. But I'm trying to hide the fact that, man, I'm hanging out with John Travolta.
Yeah,
that's cool.
But I think that works, though. That's what makes it so relatable,
I think
right?
So. I hope so.
Yeah, because the dude watching on TV is a fanboy. So you're asking like fanboy questions.
That's right. That's right.
It works, man. So kind of same question, but I want to go down the music side. Most memorable live music performance?
Well, there's a bunch because I'm a music kid, and I felt my thumb was on the pulse of music back in the 80s and 90s, and I knew everything that there was to know. But that was my life. That was my world. That was it for me. So I got a chance to see Nirvana in Buffalo in '94 for the Heart-Shaped Box tour.
Oh man!
And what a show that was! Like I caught Dave Grohl's drumstick. Like I was in the pit. Like I was a pit kid. I was always in the mosh pit. I'm a little kid. Like I got killed I got crushed. I almost broke my neck at a 9 Inch Nails show because I got tossed and I landed on my head, and it was like I couldn't move for days. It felt like, but that's what I loved. So seeing Nirvana, I was a big fan of Nirvana, Pearl Jam, Soundgarden, Stone Temple Pilots, all these bands. That was my thing, and so to see them.
You got to see them all.
I got, man. So, and then U2, like U2 is one of the bands, like I was in a band myself for a while, a singer, just it lasted a minute. And U2 and Bono was one of those characters or vocalists that I always aspired to be close with and close to in my own delivery. So I've been a fan of theirs since late 70s, early 80s. So I saw U2 every time they came to town on every tour. Multiple times I'd go to different cities. Pearl Jam was the same. I would do that with Pearl Jam as well. Every time they were playing close by, if I had to drive to Montreal, the States. So those are just some of the shows that really stand out.
Did you ever get did you ever sit down and interview Dave Grohl?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I brought the drumstick out.
And
he
you
signed
still
it
have it.
and I never get people to sign anything. That's
Okay.
not me. I think I've gotten 3 people to sign things in my life. And I think 1 or 2 of them were for someone else. That was Tony Bennett.
Oh.
He signed something for my parents. Dave Grohl signed his drumstick.
But you had the drumstick from before, so that meant a lot. That's why.
That's such a good
Yeah,
story.
well, I told him the story and what he wrote on it. And he's obviously at the time he's now with Foo Fighters. What did he put out? Out of the Time Capsule. He wrote on it.
There you go.
Out of the Time Capsule. Yeah, he wrote it. And so I still have that. I cherish that. I used to drum too back in the day. I had my own drum kit up in the attic. But meeting these people, even meeting the guys in Pearl Jam, Eddie wasn't part of that interview because he was too busy in the corner drinking his red wine out of the bottle. But I talked to Stone and Jeff, and that was like pinch me moment, surreal. Scott Weiland from Stone Temple Pilots. That's a sad story, but rock and roll stars, right?
Yeah, it's hard to see. That's the flip side, man. Sometimes you meet those heroes, and sometimes they're George Clooney, and and sometimes it's like, man, they're.
But people are people.
hurting.
Yeah, they are, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like he, and we all know, he tried getting clean, he tried getting help. He had his demons, and the demons got to him. But he was such a talented front man.
That's that double-edged sword, though, right?
Yeah,
I mean, we
yeah.
see it in some of the people that are being, just that artistic mindset, the creative mindset comes with a darker side too. Sometimes.
Never fell into that myself. I think I had a good enough head on my shoulders from my parents and family members that I never fell. I saw a lot of that side of the business, but I never fell into that.
Yeah.
Thank goodness.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a tricky one, man. We talk about it on the show all the time because it's like, sometimes it does come naturally for people to know how to fill their glass to half and understand how to prioritize what is truly important. But then, sometimes it's medical, sometimes it's physical, sometimes it's things that are really hard to control. So I watch those, man, and it's tough, and it's especially tough when it's people you look up to like that.
Sure.
Yeah.